Yeah, Solitary Confinement is a good one. Parallax Wave is another card that we will be on the lookout for. Exclamation point card and the card's name will help anybody get text in the chat if that becomes necessary. All right, we see cards being put on the bottom for Ahern, and we are underway Mountain Pass. So already Mountain Pass is just not a good start, in my opinion. I mean, it's not the most explosive start. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it looked like it was a Multa 4, right? Here's Goblin Matron off of Ancient Tomb. Life totals in the top center of your screen. For anybody looking for that. Romario pointing out, you can Intuition for Confinement, Squee, that's Solitary Confinement, and Replenish and lock Gobos out of the game. Elendril with some disagreement says Goblins is quite good, it's super fast, and Replenish doesn't have a lot of early interaction. Okay. There's the Lackey that we were more hoping to see on turn 1, honestly, if we were Andrew, but this is where we are. It looked like a Multa 4. And it looked like chat was pointing that out as well. Goblin Lackey comes down about 2 turns too late. And there's Intuition for David Tao. So let's see what gets searched for here. I'm not familiar enough with the deck to make predictions on what gets found, but we'll see if some of chat's suggestions for the Replenish deck's Intuition options come true. So it's Squee, Solitary Confinement, and Replenish, just as Romario pointed out moments ago. So now we'll see what Andrew picks here. And you know, the thing about a card like Intuition is that you're making a choice, but you're not really making a choice. It basically works entirely to the other deck's favor. It's designed to use Intuition to its advantage in every way. So spending a lot of time thinking about what you're going to do with that Intuition is just not really relevant. There was a Replenish in hand, which proves my point, and Solitary Confinement now on the table for David Tao. And it looks like a goblin named Squee just beat the Goblin deck, is what happened. So up a game is David Tao with Replenish. Lanny says, Flores says, Goblins can't lose if they have at least 1 copy of Naturalized. This player, however, does not. Not in game 1, that's for sure. All right, there's a turn 1 Lackey. That's what I like to see as regular viewers of the channel are aware. I'm a turn 1 Lackey kind of a guy. Kind of a guy. It's kind of my thing. All right, Snow-Covered Island for David Tao. Ancient Tomb. Goblin Matron. Another card I like. Luca, thanks for the follow. Welcome. It looks like we are 4 followers away from an even 3,000. Is that right? Wow. That's just amazing. Deck lists. Great question. Deck list. Where are deck lists? What are the deck lists? Chris, send us the deck lists. All the YouTube comments will be about deck lists as well. The deck lists are posted in our Discord server, and I believe Lanny just shared something in the chat.
That's the best goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah, after trying this deck in Premodern, I'm like,
If you're looking for deck lists on 90s MTG, go to our Discord server. Mox Hound, thanks for the follow.
yeah, so like that's like
NY Arla, thanks for the follow.
as soon as I'll go to 19 and
Yeah, it looks like we're 2 followers from 3,000. Wow.
that seems pretty good to me. Done after that?
Siege Gang Commander just hit the battlefield. Siege Gang Commander is the top end for these pre-modern Goblin decks. There is no Muxus. Attunement is the card on. Oh wait, what's the name of the card? I just blanked on the name of the card that David just put on the table. It's like return to your hand, draw 3, discard 4. Oh, it is called Attunement. I was right. I don't know. I second guessed myself, but I was right. Peculiar Pelican. Thank you for the resub. Peculiar Pelican with one of the best usernames in the history of 90s MTG. That's just a fact. If you have a better username than Peculiar Pelican, say something in the chat.
Alright, upkeep trigger, wall, sacrifice.
Alright, we got prospector stuff happening.
Draw some.
Not sure how that works on resolutions. I'll ask about that later.
I'll activate Mistress Factory and come in
I do
for
have to
3.
choose. I do still get to choose the card. Yeah.
The pump.
Three true right now.
Okay, so we'll go back to 20.
King? Sure.
Goblin King. Alright, Goblin King comes down.
What? Two left. Who's combat? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 8. Wasteland, history or city? Sure. Sure.
Wasteland on City of Traders. City of Traders down. Yes, that was a gold border City of Traders. So gold border cards were legal at this event, but no proxies were allowed. In fact, we had someone... This is probably a bad joke based on recent events, but we had someone sign up for the event, play a proxy, and they were arrested by the police. They were arrested by the police.
About the first Eric Reanimator. Because I could profitably swing into or block it, but I chose the swords instead, so I didn't have to deal with it. And he cut Braids.
All right, fetching Wooded Foothills. And a mountain. Let's see if we get the lackey on the board. Let's see what Andrew Ahern has in store for us. There it is. Things are going well. Uh-oh, here's the end step fetch. Oh, this is not... Oh, come on. Oh. People are booing right now. People are booing. Myrtleorian, thanks for the follow. Looks like we're 1 away from 3,000 followers on Twitch. A completely meaningless number, but interesting. Interesting. All right, a Flood Strand comes down for David Tao, and he passes the turn. All right, cracking a Wooded Foothills. Hype Train Conductor MTG Banning says lackey sighting. Yeah. MTG Banning getting a little bit excited. Calm down, everybody. Calm down. The Goblin Lackey got Swords to Plowshares. There's nothing to be excited about. Just everybody chill. Goblin Pile Driver comes down. Pro White, not really... I mean, Pro Blue, excuse me. Not really great against white spells like Swords to Plowshares. I don't know how relevant the pro wow, I can't even talk. Pro Blue is in this matchup. Modern Magic Emporium, thanks for the follow. There's Outercar Waste, which, by the way... Okay. Everybody calm down. I'm going to mention another format. I'm excited for Outercar Waste in Pioneer, Historic, Explorer. Excited. Everybody relax. We're watching Premodern. Mog Fanatic and Goblin Pile Driver and Tormod's Crypt on the board. Yeah, the Tempest basics are sweet. There's the intuition. No Pyroblast up for Ahern here. Just unfortunate. Turn 0 gains with an excellent point. Imagine playing a format without Yorion being legal. What are we doing? I know, turn 0, I know. We'll get through it. Just 5 rounds left of Premodern and it'll all be done. We could go back to the real world. Lanny says, I think he wants Parallax Waves and Replenish here. Let's see what we find on this intuition. There are threats on the board. 18 life, though. Cowardor, Outrage. What do you mean MH2 cards aren't legal? Yeah, I know, Cowardor. I know. Some of our regular viewers are emotionally attached to MH2.
Your opponent's
Okay, so picked up the cards. Parallax Wave, Attunement, and Opalescence, I believe, is the last card. I can't quite make it out. It's a little small on my screen. All right, so Attunement is the card going to hand. Mohawk dude, thanks for the follow. We have surpassed the 3,000 follower mark here on Twitch. Thanks for all the follows, everybody. That's awesome. David having a think. Yeah, this is a format where Opalescence and Humility are a thing. Fiery Justice with a great question. How reasonable is a Lurin in modern, in Premodern? I don't know. I don't know how reasonable it is. Does anybody have any thoughts on that? Careful study, discarding 2 Ancient Tombs. So mana, soul lands anyway, not a big priority for David Tao at the moment. These pile drivers are going to hit hard next turn. If a haster comes down, could be game over potentially. I mean, this could be a critical turn here for David Tao. All right, here's Replenish. Tormod's Crypt activated in response, of course, and passing the turn. We might be on the verge of victory for Goblins. If a ringleader drops or something like that, it could be, let's do some math here. Could be 7, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, our ringleader would be game over here if my math is correct. No haster. So swinging for 10, 11, it looks like. Yep. David down to 7. Down to 6, actually, because Adokar Wastes was used for mana, apparently. Players may be having a disagreement about life totals.
Then you attacked 3.
Oh, I missed a fetch.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I'm at 6.
Okay, so it's been repaired, down to 6.
When I play this, I'm like half ashamed, but hard.
Yeah, sometimes your red is hoping your opponent forgets they have a crypt. That is absolutely right. You do have to make those kinds of plays. Make your opponent make the right play. That's really it.
Okay.
They also make it so they can't fit in an 80.
All right. I will. These are just.
All right. An Ancient Tomb just hit the board for Andrew as a land drop for turn, and we're thinking about any further game actions this turn. Looks like 2 cards in hand for Andrew. Or 3.
Before blocks. Okay. I will activate it to gain an additional life, and then that will resolve. I'll go to 21.
Taking a while here. This is a little bit of a slowly played turn for my liking, but we're keeping it real. We're making a play finally. Siege Gang Commander comes down.
Okay. That scares me.
Back to David Tao, who's down to 6. Basically, this is the last turn. Plenty of goblins on the other side of the table. Siege Gang can also do some damage by sacking goblins. No mana available, though, currently. New donation from Gavin. Loved your Dominaria United set review. Thank you, Gavin. What's up, Gavin? Gavin's one of our best people. Thank you, thank you. And thank you for sharing the coffee link in the chat. Our coffee page was just shared in the chat, similar to Patreon. Go check that out if you want to support the channel. All right, an intuition resolving here, and it looks like double Opalescence and a Parallax Wave? Or double Replenish? Oh no, the cards can't be the same, right? Wait. Can't make out what the third card is. Oh, it is Replenish ×2. Okay. Oh, the cards can be the same. We should have hired a different host, everybody. I don't even know what's going on here. Oh, I'm thinking of the Gifts Ungiven. That's right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay. That resolves.
Do we have anybody else that could step in and host the show that knows what the hell is going on?
I'll play Dustful.
All right, Solitary Confinement is the card that is returned to hand. Another land drop. City of Traders should be sacked here. Let's see if that gets missed. Solitary Confinement comes down. Yeah, City of Traders should be gone.
Oh, because in the exile line, I was like, I have to leave this man. As stupid as this was. Good game.
Ron Diggity says I can jump in. All right, I'll send you an email with the full rundown of the tech side, and you can take over in about 5 minutes.
I can't be too greedy about it. That was my mistake. I never.
All right, another Goblin Matron. I'm not really sure why we don't just, well, what do you find here actually? There's no Mass Vandal in the deck. I don't know what we search for here. We need Masked Vandal in Premodern. Is there any way we could just like put that into the format? All right, it's a War Chief. Yeah, the City of Traders was corrected. Searching to thin, of course. No Goblin was going to be game winning here, but I just don't know what I would look for. Is what I was saying. What is the most optimal goblin to find in this exact situation? I don't know. Maybe ringleader? Potentially to thin even further next turn? I don't know. Here's attunement for David Tao. Draw step now for Andrew, who's hoping for naturalize. There's Skirk Prospector. Attunement activated. Is David just discarding the whole hand now? It looked like David was hellbent and now activated attunement. All right, that's match. Well played. Andrew Ahern gets there. Nicely done. As David reveals the entire deck to all of us. Nicely done. Good games. It's also worth noting that Standstill was over 20% of the metagame for this event. And the win percent data has not yet been turned in, but it is looking bad. It is looking like the format has been warped completely. And we may need to talk about bans. Plains Pass. And then an island for Roland and a Lotus Petal. And passing the turn. Hype Train Conductor MTG Banning says time for some shiny Japanese cards. I think that's what's in store for us. Roland is here in the chat with the moderator badge hanging out. All right, island pass. Very patient start here for Roland with the Invasion Islands. Oudarkar Wastes. And here's Impulse. Impulse will be in Dominaria United, entering Standard for the first time in a long time, entering formats like Pioneer, Historic, Explorer, Modern. Impulse about to maybe get played more than it ever has. We'll see. But, yeah. All right, let's keep all the names in the correct chat. It's Roland. It's Roland. Portent here for Roland. Predecessor to Ponder, I guess. And it'll be a Portent Shuffle. Swamp Pass from Roland. Here's an end step play. A Cycle Decree of Justice with XP equaling 0. And we're seeing a response from Roland here. Limdal's Vault.
It's in German, but basically I looked
Yeah, good luck reading that one. The Ice Age tech for Limdal's Vault, it might as well be written in an alien language.
You well in there.
All right, so I was standing off to the side and making a joke just now that Andrea said, all right, I'm going to look up this card really quick, the flavor text, and just starts browsing Instagram on his phone. Gets sidetracked. Anyway, you had to be there. Yeah. Roland in the chat pointing out that the playmat on the right is from LobsterCon 2022. I had a bunch of friends sign it. So that's what that is. Wait, whose birthday is it?
2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Resolving Limdal's Vault now is Roland.
only pay a life when you put it back, so the last one will not do you damage.
Correct. Yeah.
What were we doing in 1995? Limdol's Vault, one of the most bizarre cards. What are we doing? What a strange card. This is captivating stuff happening there. The people are on the edges of their seats to see what happens with this Limdol's Vault.
Yeah. I'll just pick two. I'll just pick these two.
Okay.
All right, he gets put back on top. Let's just get rid of Limdol's Vault, everybody. It's not good. It's not good. Here's Gush drawing 2 cards is rolling. And passing the turn.
Draw another card. Yep.
Roland draws a card on Upkeep from Portent. We have to just get rid of Limdol's Vault. It's not working for me. It's not working for me. Hype Train Conductor MTG Banning pointing out this was a tournament at our LGS Gamestoria here in New York City. Will be more in the future. Duress on the stack. And Andreas thinking about a response. Mana Leak. Mana Leak is dropped off in Modern. And sadly on hiatus at the moment. Mishra's Factory comes down though. Recently added to the Modern format. Mana Leak essential for blue decks with no duels, yeah. Here's Fact or Fiction. And we're seeing a response foil. Okay. Countered.
I thought it was gonna be a lag game, but
All right, Mishra's Factory getting in for 3. Simpler Worker pump happening. Passing the turn. Andreas getting aggressive here, playing offense. Look at the life totals. Duress back on the stack once again. Counterspell. Counterspell also now in Modern. Displacing a lot of counter magic that was frequently played in the format prior to MH2. I love me a Counterspell, though. That card is beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, here's Impulse. Another card I'm excited about. Getting new life in Dominaria United. Is anybody else excited about that, or is it just me? Does anybody care? Raise your hand if you care. Crickets from the live chat. All right, one person, Lanny, cares. One person. Yeah. We have a lot of people in the chat that just don't even know what's going on with new Magic cards. Here's Mishra's Factory. Attacking for 4 with 2 of them. I have not tried Explorer yet, Endurance. I have not tried it yet. Anybody playing Explorer and enjoying that format?
that was spawned.
All right, Roland having to think here. All right, here's a negate. What am I saying? Dreadnought. Dreadnought. Vision Charm, targeting Phyrexian Dreadnought to phase it out. And there comes the phone again.
And that means it's treated as though
One downside of having your cards not in English is that
beginning of the next
people gotta then look it up.
My next turn. So it'll untap with my other things.
Gotcha. And it'll no longer be. It will not have summoning sickness.
It will
It's
not.
not an enter the
So, the phase out ability on Vision Charm
Target player mills 4
will
cards
prevent the Phyrexian Dreadnought from sacrificing itself,
to a basic land type.
and it will then come back just as a 12/12 ready to do its thing.
And I just start shooting.
each land with
Phase in.
chosen type becomes the second chosen type of your turn. Sorry, land type. Does that include subtypes?
I actually don't know. I've never used it.
Okay, but it doesn't like kill Mishra's factories or anything weird like that.
No.
Okay. Target artifact phases out. How many cards you got?
I played Merfolk in Legacy last night for the first time ever, and it was a good time. And I'm excited for the new Lords in Dominaria United.
What's that on the stack?
Did I pay a light for? I paid a light.
I'll start to plowshares it.
Swords to Plowshares with the Vision Charm on the stack. Days. Mana open. We'll pay for the days. And it looks like a foil discarding 2 cards. So Dreadnought will phase out, and Roland will pass the turn.
Keep. Drop.
I got a 2-0.
And it comes out at the beginning of your next turn, or beginning of your
Beginning of my next turn.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Comes back.
All right, will the Dreadnought be enough? Disenchant blows up the Dreadnought. So it looks like the answer is no. We are going to game 2. Standstill gets game 1. Hype Train Conductor MTG Banning points out hard matchup for Stiflenought. I agree. All right, turn 1, Dreadnought. It happened so fast. Lotus Petal into Stifle. And turn 1, Dreadnought resolves. Abrachi, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Island Pass. Attacking for 12.
Yeah.
Can't count.
Additional.
Go ahead.
I'll swing.
Yeah.
I had to take a gamble there.
Just making these
Yeah.
All right, a very fast game, too. It was like over in 1 minute. Roland wants to phone a friend on this mulligan. Looks like one card is going to have to go on the bottom. All right, there it is. We're ready to go. Standstill rather on the play. Island Pass. Island, Lotus Petal. Oh no, not the Limdol's Vault. There it is. This card has got to go. Limdol's Vault's got to go, everybody. This card. It's just not good. Is Limdol's Vault played in Commander? Does anybody know? I don't play Commander, so I'm not really knowledgeable.
So you are at 22.
didn't call for this case as well.
Oh, then you would be still at 20.
Nobody knows.
Okay.
Wrong crowd.
Ended up haunting you last time, huh?
Yeah.
At end step, I will cast a light.
All right. CEDH All Star, says Cheddar. Powder Keg. Oh. Powder Keg is one of the cards that, like, you know, whenever I play Premodern, me personally, I see someone play a Powder Keg and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that card. Ouch. Yeah, Powder Keg can get stifled, that's true. There's a Mistress Factory. Summoning Sick, of course. Keg can also get charmed. Charmed how?
Yeah, and
Like phase it out? Oh, I see what you're saying. Phase it out, yeah.
end of turn, seal of cleansing.
There it is, everybody. Impulse. We have 3 people watching that are excited about Impulse's new life in the Magic the Gathering game. Only 3 people excited about it. Oh, Charm the Dreadnought in response. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They blow up the keg and then you Charm the Dreadnought in response. Yeah, that makes sense. Hype Train Conductor MTG Banning says new Impulse art is sweet. All right, we have one person who's digging the new art for Impulse. The rest of you probably prefer OG art. We know about the OG art, everybody. Everybody relax. Fetching Flutterstrand here. And let's see what Andreas has in store for us. All right, just a fetch to find the land. There's island, pass. Some draw go stuff happening here.
I'll pass.
All right, we're going to see an end step play. Let's see. Fact or fiction? Leaving up planes. All right, there's fact or fiction. The From the Vault Impulse is really nice. I agree. I have one copy of that one, and it looks really cool. I think I have it in my cube. I don't know. Oh no, the Limdal's Vault again. This card has got to go. At least with Ad Nauseum, you could see what's going on.
Find it on Gather, some kind of accent.
Is there anybody else watching right now that's for a Limdal's Fault ban just because it's annoying? Or is it just me? I'm totally messing around, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, lots of nostalgia in what's going on here. If you want to feel, listen, everybody. I know not all of you play the Legacy format, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to feel some real nostalgia, you want to feel like the butterflies, the you want to feel the butterflies and nostalgia, get that feeling. You know that feeling? Crop rotation for the Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale. That will send you on a journey of nostalgia. Something like it's like doing a drug. Get yourself a Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale. All right, here's Factor Fiction. Standstill, Source of Plowshares, Coastal Tower, and Mana Leak. Yeah, everybody get yourself a Tabernacle. They're going to be in packs of Dominaria United. Everybody place your pre-orders. Let's go. Source of Plowshares. Getting put off to the side. Let's see what Roland wants to do here. Go down to the Dominaria United pre-release. Get yourself a Tabernacle. It's not that hard. All right, so Source of Plowshares goes in the trash along with a Standstill. In case anybody's taking this seriously, do not expect to get a Tabernacle in Dominaria packs. They're going to be insanely rare. Don't even bother. You're better off just buying a Tabernacle. Here's a null on Standstill. A null's a good one. Yeah, there's a whole 2 available. Yeah. There's like 2 of them in the world. That's so true. Here's Mesmeric Fiend. Mana Leak on the Fiend. Floating blue for Gush. So blue floating for Roland here. Turning 2 to hand. Mesmeric Fiend still on the stack, getting Mana Leaked currently, and Roland having to think about what to do about it. And it's countered. So replays an island, has a blue floating, so let's see. Looks like 3 or 4 cards in hand currently for Andreas.
Six.
They're survivors. They made it through the Braids collection cells.
Here's Duress. Synorna says, Synorna in the chat made the top 8 of our webcam legacy league that takes place in our Discord over the course of a couple of months. And wondering when we'll get pairings. We're going to get pairings for that tomorrow, Synorna. Join our Discord. Links are down below if you're interested in a webcam legacy league.
You can look further in. Pretty sure So I'm pretty sure that's like a 2-0 from Lane.
Andreas passing the turn to Roland here. Drops an island. All right, going for it here. Here's the Dreadnought. What are Roland's defenses? What are Andreas's interactions? We're about to find out. Buckle up, says Lanny in the chat. Agreed. Let's see what happens. This is going to be a key moment in the game, especially with Powder Keg on the table. Here's Vision Charm targeting. So the Dreadnought resolved, and now Roland is attempting to phase it out. And it's getting swords in response. There's another Vision Charm in response to that. Something tells me Andreas is going to win this battle. Double swords. Yeah. Dreadnought goes into exile. Roland gets rewarded with a couple of life points, and we're passing.
I'll activate one of the conflicts. I'll try and go in for.
Go ahead.
I will.
All right, not choosing to attack. Andreas patient. And let's see what happens on end step here. Fact or fiction once again, and it will resolve. Decree of Justice, Wasteland, Disenchant, Coastal Tower, and a second Disenchant. So Roland will now figure out how to divide these 5 cards.
I'll pass it.
Not really sure what I would do here. I think I would split the disenchants. Don't really. Wasteland is like an empty card. It's an empty slot. Coastal Tower not really needed. Yeah, I think I like this. Disenchant, Decree of Justice. This is not looking good for Roland currently, though.
Wow.
What's in our prize pool today?
The powder keg on the table made things especially difficult for Roland, for sure.
Which deck is this in?
Cycling Decree of Justice, paying 3. We're going to make 3 soldier tokens. Oh my. Brace yourselves, everybody. We're about to see some tokens here. 90s MTG viewers, brace yourselves.
Cycle the thing.
Does it have all the blank token cards in it?
Triggers
too?
on a stack.
They always used to come with like blank.
Well, maybe not yet. Let's see.
I'm gonna stifle the.
Yeah.
Stifling the cycle trigger. Okay, so maybe we're not going to see some soldiers after all. All right. All is good so far. Here's Impulse.
Yeah, it's done.
Second Mishra's Factory. Poing is here with some expectations for token choices. Polluted Delta pass from Roland. End step, cycling another Decree of Justice, this time paying 4, and it's successful. Ooh, anxiety. Let's see what happens. What the hell is that? People are losing their minds in the chat right now.
How do you want to work?
People are losing their effing minds right now. This is a bad situation. All right, a scoop, good games, and we are moving on. The dice are from 2003. Wow.
Lucky.
Island pass from Andreas, and we are underway. Flooded Strand for Lanny. Mox Diamond. Discarding City of Brass.
You done after that?
And I'm going to shuffle, and then I'm going to cast Impulse. And let me know.
And then passing, and then upkeep Ice on the island to draw a card and tap.
Well, that would be next turn, obviously.
Yeah, time walk, yeah. There's Wasteland for Andreas.
Island and a wasteland.
What happened? Okay. This is, of course, round 3 of the Premodern event in New York City at Gamestoria. Sleight of hand resolving.
Thinking about Nars. Play a Flooded Strand. Activate Mistress Top. Go in for 2.
It's a 1/1 whenever I play ace. White, blue, green, or red, blue, black, or.
Gotcha.
All right, here's the Dryad. One of my favorite cards from Plane Shift. Got it reprinted in recent years in one of the core sets, I think, but just didn't really do anything.
Sure. End of turn touch. 19.
White.
Those are cool.
I just card.
Yeah, it's actually it's really bad. And we have to keep damage.
Disenchant on Mox Diamond. Dream Trawler, thanks for the resub with Prime. Thank you, Dream Trawler. Here's an Opt. Familiar with that card. Marcus Kill, thanks for the sub with Prime. Thank you, thank you. Get those Amazon Prime subs. It's the end of August, everybody. If you don't use it, you lose it. If you have Amazon Prime, you have 1 free Twitch sub per month. Don't let Jeff Bezos just keep the money. Korean Dryad attacking. Here's Impulse. Chartwin, thanks for the resub. 26 months for Chartwin. Hello, Chartwin. And I've been alerted that a hype train has started, everybody. A hype train has started. Sub, gift, or use bits to potentially become the hype train conductor. A coveted position on 90s MTG. Very exciting.
Coastal Tower paying for blue. I will fail to pay for mana. Just hate Mickey Man.
I'm not short stack. It's just such a cheap.
And now I will
Meddling Mage getting red here.
So it's not on stack.
try and get in for 2.
Korean Dryad trigger on the stack. Meddling Mage on the stack. Maybe Andreas going to blow up the Dryad here. Okay, so it looks like
Combat?
What are you naming?
Oh, sorry. Swords to Plowshares. Combat?
I'll take 3. And then 14.
Yes.
all right. Meddling Mage naming Swords to Plowshare, so that card is shut off for both players.
To destroy a spectre.
A mystery spectre. That ability
Impulse. Right, Lanny pointing out that Andreas is thinking about swordsing into Daze or letting it go and figuring something else out. Looks like they opted for the latter. Swords is now shut off. Plays a land and passes the turn. Not sure what other removal spells exist in this Standstill deck, actually. Deck lists are posted in our Discord if you're watching this later. I'll just be surprised for now. Yeah, there is Wrath and Humility. I was thinking more single removal spells, but I guess there's just swords. Could potentially see a Wrath of God next turn. Unlikely it will resolve, though, I feel. Well, we'll see. If Lanny drops another Meddling Mage on Wrath of God, then we're really in trouble. Attacking for 5. Down to 9. Fetching with Flooded Strand. Down to 8. Basic Plains.
End of turn sacrifice. I'm trying to make it to
And I'll tap for a blue.
that's on Wednesday promoted on
Another Impulse.
3 impulses. You're still looking.
This would have been my second.
Natalie?
Mana.
Prohibit.
Impulse will resolve. What is Andreas still looking for if they don't have it already? A board wipe.
Trigger.
All right. Upkeep ice, triggering the Dryad, targeting Outercar Wastes.
Base.
4 cards in here.
Wrath of God getting dazed. And it looks like Andreas scooping it up. Game 1 goes to Lanny with Psychatog.
Sorry, my rationalize my land. Sure. Yeah, Bill.
He's now 10, I believe.
All right, we missed the train. Train long gone. Better luck next time.
So I'm going to swing for 10.
Hail Life.
And you're at 14?
All right, fetching down to 19 and getting an island.
Respecting the stifle, huh? Yeah. We don't want that to happen. That's happened to you before.
I would never forgive myself.
Oh man. Love to see it.
I will mana leave the wrap.
That's a flooded strand.
The chain's small to do, right? The chain is small to do, right?
Yes. Wrath of God.
Mox Diamond discarding City of Brass. Standstill. Opt in response.
Island, floats, days.
These games are going to show up.
Do it.
One floating, I'll opt.
You're storming off over there.
I know, burn freeze! Get you!
The players appear to be having fun. Opt happening with the floating mana after the days.
A Dust Bowl. I use my 2 Dust Bowls to activate my 2 vectors. And attack in for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Meddling with
4 damage, I'll take 1.
Okay, you're at
Swords
13.
Meddling Mage on Swords to Plowshares. There it is again.
Basic planes. I'll try a swords on a factory. Failed it.
Alright.
And then I will take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go to 5. You got it.
Standstill coming down again. Let's see if Lanny has a response. Gives a thumbs up.
cards. Comment.
I don't even know how to play.
Andreas drops down to 17. Thinking about popping the Standstill here, it looks like. Nice little indicator. All right, there's the Dryad. Standstill pops.
I'm like, why would you fetch? And then I was like, oh yeah. Yep.
A morph. A morph is coming down. Let's see if Andreas has the morph indicator card so everyone can be clear what's going on. It doesn't look like it. That's not good.
I borrowed it to learn to play Premodern.
Fire, targeting face-off creature number 1.
I borrowed one of his decks last time.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I used to play Landstill and like.
Exalted Angel headed to the graveyard. Fire blows it up. Dryad gets a counter. Here's Opt. Maybe a missed trigger on the Dryad there. Oh, it's a fixed trigger. Attacking for 5 here. Andreas down to 12.
I'll take it.
There's Wasteland. Wasteland not really doing a whole lot at the moment. These Dryads are hitting pretty hard. Dryad and Meddling Mage so far the stars of the show for this Psychatog deck. It is Groatog. Lanny having a think about what to do here before combat.
4 Swords of Plowshares in your hand. Turning on 6 2. We don't have 2 planes. Floating 2. Gosh.
Gush on the stack, returning 2 islands and floating 2 blue mana. Is the play here from Lanny. Wired Hyena, thanks for the sub. 17 months for Wired Hyena. Armageddon. Ouch. Mage is naming source to plowshares, yes.
5 cards. 2 of them are islands. I have 2 blue mana floating.
All right, counterspell on the Armageddon. Counterspell back. Dryad trigger. Uh-oh. Armageddon resolving here would be a disaster for Andreas. Just thinking about tapping some lands.
Armageddon results.
Ouch. Floating 3 mana.
That's already on my main face.
One cycle. One cycle.
Smash. For 8 damage.
Yeah.
Flooded
That's a
Strand,
pass
I
for me,
will
dog.
crack your
Yeah, I think the amount of mana floating was incorrect.
You got it. Pretty good.
Yeah, that was
All right, a fist bump there, and that is the game. And we are underway here. So Swamp and Duress to start the game. Double Flooded Strand, Mishra's Factory, Mana Leak, Counterspell, Impulse revealed for Jordan. And we'll see what Sylvain wants to take here.
Let's say impulse.
All right, Impulse will be the pick. Impulse goes to the bin. Passing the turn.
Hey, number 4.
Flooded Strand pass. So the counter spells are online. Mana Leaking Counterspell in hand for Jordan. Along with, I think, 3 lands. Another Swamp. Tapping 2. Withered Wretch. Fetch and response. Maybe we're going to see a mana leak here. Oh. Thinking about which land to find. Maybe going to find a plains. Yep, there's a plains. There's the mana leak. So Withered Wretch is countered. All right. Cutting the deck. Passing the turn.
Yeah, you can't sacrifice myself. You can't sacrifice myself.
Yeah.
Tainted Field? Yes. That does tap for white. Because that's
Tainted Field.
Undead Gladiator.
Because I have priorities.
Undead Gladiator. Card from Onslaught.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, what decks did all of you play in this era? If you were active, playing competitive or casual Magic back in the 90s, early 2000s, what deck archetypes were you playing, Jet, that you remember fondly? Doesn't have to be a deck from Premodern. I'm just saying, you know, you could tell me Onslaught Block Clerics or something. What was everybody playing back then? Tell us. Tell us in the YouTube comments as well, if you're there.
I'll pass this.
Draw.
See a bunch of madness in the chat.
Yep.
I play Blue-Green Madness in Standard. That was my deck for a while.
Scroll right. Yeah.
Gladiator.
All right, another Undead Gladiator coming down and a Prohibit in response. Counter it. Vicious Factory getting in for some damage. Kind of a goofy question, but what decks do you not remember fondly from this time period, the 90s, early 2000s? Like, what decks were like, I don't want to play against that ever again? What did you hate back in those days? What did you not want to play against?
Pearl Forest. Can have each other player in 5 mode or gain 6. Okay. And this one is just the 2.
All right, attacking down to 12 with the Undead Gladiator. Regino, thanks for the follow.
This is the new factory, by the way. This is the old factory.
Right. Cave of Corridors.
Correct. I said that. I'm going to activate a Mishra's Factory. I'm going to go to kill blockers. I'm going to block.
Yeah.
I'm going to tap it to make itself a 3/3.
Oh yeah.
And tap it to make it down to
How many
4/4.
did? Oh, there you go. That was cheeky. And
So it gets it. 3 damage.
Ouch.
there you go.
Bit of a misplay there for Sylvain. That's unfortunate. Counterspell on the Twisted Abomination.
Oh, that was a misplay.
That was a misplay.
Mishra's Factory.
Yeah.
And for 2, and make it 3. Faster.
That's all right, though. Don't sweat it, Sylvain. We've all been there.
How many cows do you have?
I have 2 cards.
When do I get priority? Like, who can do this?
Response. Tap for colorless.
Yeah.
Tap for a blue. Cast Impulse.
Yeah.
And then I think there's
I'm gonna.
Since we're on the topic of decks remembered fondly
Go down to 11.
in the 90s and early 2000s,
Cast Counterspell.
does anybody want to offer what was their favorite card during that time period? Your single favorite card? Let's see if anybody comes up with the same answer. We've had some same answers for decks, but single card? I don't know. I don't even know what mine was. It was probably like, depends on the time period, but when I was really, really young, like elementary school Magic days, Hypnotic Spectre was like my number one. And then maybe when I was in high school, maybe Arrogant Worm or one of those.
Yeah. That one is in French.
Oh, when I enter play, I discard a card.
Yeah, when you didn't tell
All right, well, we see a Ravenous Rats. Masticore and Tradewind Rider, those are some good ones. Some good ones in the chat. Nobody's given the same answer, though. Nobody's in agreement about their favorite card, which is interesting.
That's a 10.
Everybody in chat, just start fighting over what was the best card. Start adding each other and saying that card sucked,
Cycle Decree of Justice.
and start fighting over it.
I will pay 5 to make 5 tokens.
All right, we're making 5 tokens here. We're going to need a Mutilate or something. Whoa, where are those squirrels coming from? We have squirrels on the board, everybody.
Okay.
And then black and color.
Yeah.
Colorless, right there.
Oh no, Oath of Ghouls. Alright, each play.
Oath of Ghouls coming down here.
Guard. Play a man's creature.
Whoever has more
Creatures and return a creature card. Okay, so you're gonna be able to return your creatures. Okay.
forward.
Yep.
Yeah, and you also.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Untap.
You have a ton of soldiers.
Raw. I have a ton of soldiers. Activate 2 Mishra's Factories.
Yeah.
Get in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna trade for a soldier.
Okay. Favorites, bro.
The seal of removal was discarded to Ravenous Rats after the cycle. Drew it.
I'm at
A
7.
Coastal Tower counts. Yeah, you're at 7. Play a Coastal Tower counts.
Okay.
Yep.
In response to Ravenous Rats, Decree of Justice was cycled. It was a lone card in hand. Drew the seal and then discarded.
And that will gain you 5. Okay. And because there's 2 false
I'm gonna get a.
Oath of Ghouls triggering here.
Whatever the Rakdos mechanic is where you have no cards in hand, I'm hellbent. I'm hellbent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I couldn't tell you. And I will play
My camera just shut off. My bad. Hold on.
Gladiator.
Yep.
And Gladiator.
Sounds good. Done.
And
It's false cure.
I will play my land.
Okay.
And it's, go ahead.
Untap.
And you stalemate for
Cards that you don't need a life.
4.
Let's do it.
So, reference, we can bring up your stuff. So it basically says, if I control a forest, I can help each other player gain.
So there's no targeting going at all.
I mean, I have to draw.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Okay, I'm back.
So you take 2.
Every time I stream, I rebuild my whole setup here. And occasionally I forget another power option for my camera, so it shuts off.
What do I get? Gladiator seems fun. We'll get, yeah, we'll get Gladiator.
Sounds good.
I mean, I guess you could regenerate. Do you mind if can I
You can-
change?
yeah.
I had to step away for a moment, so I kind of missed what happened here, but Oath of Ghouls is happening, it looks like.
In your upkeep,
Yes.
are you before your draw? A sacrifice at our card waste to destroy your Tainted Field.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
That was pretty interesting. It's hard to.
Then draw a step.
Twisted Abomination is a 5/3 with regenerate for black at cost 6 mana.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, I may have maybe an issue. Well played.
Yep.
There it is. Twisted Abomination is back. Passing the turn. 5/3 with black regenerate. As Jordan just said for us.
Action. Move to combat. Okay.
Attack 4.
Kill the blocker.
Make it a 3/3.
Yeah. So we trade. I'm at 3.
Cast a Standstill.
Ooh, Standstill's a good one here. Let's see if the Dust Ball gets activated.
Undead Gladiator.
Sounds good.
I draw.
Yep.
Undead Gladiator to hand.
Oath of Ghouls made this game very
With
grindy.
Oath of Ghouls.
I mean, it's swamp.
Finds a land, which is good.
Actually,
This is my pet deck.
The Standstill trigger. Yeah. And I'll draw 3 with that on the stack.
Undead Gladiator on the stack, drawing 3 off Standstill is Jordan. Oath of Ghouls gets cast here, a second copy, and passing the turn. End step Factor Fiction. It's a good one. Addercar Wastes. Absorb Impulse. Some Pioneer cards. Swords to Plowshares, and an Island. Yeah, Oath of Ghouls is cool. Maybe we'll see Oath of Ghouls reprinted and put into smaller formats sometime. Yeah, or Oversold Cemetery. That's another cool one.
Is it a mouse?
Yeah.
Take these to guess.
Got some moles.
Untap?
Yeah.
Roughly 2/3 chance.
All right, these soldiers are slowly going towards victory.
Impulse?
Yeah.
Impulse.
counter whatsoever.
MTG banning saying I would have done Absorb versus the other 4. Not agreeing with the Factor Fiction split there. Attacking with just the soldiers this time, no Mishra's Factory. Undead Gladiator will block 1 and trade. And take 1 damage, going down to 2.
Like Coastal Tower?
This is some game. Coastal Tower gets played in the bottom left of your screen. Mishra's Factory getting tapped from mana. Standstill once again for Jordan.
Okay, trigger. Let's see, I have 7 mana.
You should do it on my game.
All right, so 2 Oath of Ghouls triggers are happening here.
Become 6 with a Standstill.
Standstill is on the table.
Yeah, well, I would give it. I guess there's no reason not to do that return.
You never know what I might do.
I will get a Gladiator
Okay.
and the Rat.
Okay.
Undead Gladiator and a Ravenous Rats to hand off Oath of Ghouls.
Rat. Well, sorry. Whichever first.
Standstill trigger?
Yeah.
All right, Ravenous Rats triggers the Standstill, and now Rats will resolve. Oh, for a second I thought Jordan was going to reveal the hand. That wouldn't be correct. A Standstill is discarded though, and then Undead Gladiator is cast to follow up. Absorb is an option. Factor Fiction in response. Or at least appears to be in response. Double Counterspell, Addercar Wastes, Dust Bowl, and Mishra's Factory. So some modern staples mixed in there. Mixed into the pre-modern format. And Pioneer cards. Addercar Wastes. You can kind of see if you're not familiar with the pre-modern format, if you're more familiar with just modern and and Pioneer, for example. Some of the cards that you are familiar with existed in another time. We're getting a pretty good look at them in action today.
My graveyard order doesn't actually matter, but
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't think.
nothing. Not it's in my deck. I don't think.
No,
I see nothing in your deck.
no.
But
Unless you have a creature in your graveyard, which you know.
All right, going on tap, draw.
Yeah, probably start
Looks like Jordan has removal.
yeah.
The life gain is pretty good for Sylvain as far as surviving this turn, but may not be worth it for Jordan to start using the swords. Trying to make out what other cards are in Jordan's hand. Okay, so it looks like there's a Decree of Justice in Jordan's hand, so probably better to just hold off, move to Sylvain's end step, and cycle, make a bunch of soldiers, and then we're in business. So, I didn't get to see what was returned to hand off Oath, if anything there. Counterspell on the Twisted Abomination, which I guess was just returned.
response cycle Decree of Justice.
And Ravenous Rats cycling Decree of Justice in response. And making, looks like 5 tokens. Some of them being squirrels for some reason. Drawing a card, and that's the scoop. Game 1 goes to Standstill. Game 1 goes to Standstill. All right, players shuffling up here for game 2.
Yeah, no, it's a good card.
Good match so far.
I will keep this.
Exactly. The black-white deck wasn't able to turn the corner there. I don't really know. I mean, this is my first time watching this, much like all of you. I have not heard of or seen this recurring bully deck before. When all goes well, I'm not really sure what this deck, like, what the game looks like, if you know what I mean. But just outgrinded there by the Standstill deck. Decree of Justice, Swords to Plowshares, and Wrath of God are the options for Duress. Dust Bowl, Addarkar Wastes, Flooded Strand, and Island are the cards in hand for Standstill here in Game 2 of Round 4. All right, Swords to Plowshares is the pick. MTG Banning with the great journalism in the chat. Brief Q&A with Sylvain, the player on the right, because I thought the deck was sweet. This is his description of it. This deck is trying to attack the opponent's lands and resources with Braids Cabal Minion, while recurring value creatures, Twisted Abomination, Undead Gladiator, from the graveyard with Oath of Ghouls. We just saw that happening. Withered Wretch empties graveyards, making sure Oath triggers in your favor only. Some discard and removal to control the early game, including Vindicate as flexible removal that can attack lands directly. So Braids Cabal Minion is the key card in this deck. So it's kind of a Braids deck. It's basically a Braids Cabal Minion deck. Is what it sounds like. If you have the deck list in front of you, anyone, I don't have them in front of me right now, but does it have 4 Braids in the deck then? I don't know. X Skilly, thanks for the follow. Welcome. 4 Braids. Okay, Lanny clarifies there are 4 Braids Cabal Mini in this deck. Here's Rotlung Reanimator, not a card you see frequently these days. Maybe it's playing in Commander, I don't know. Counterspell counters the Rotlung, though. It's gone. So I'm just going to update this to say black-white Braids. I like that. Zombie staple, yeah. MTG Banning saying Clerics is going to be the new hotness in Legacy. Honestly, I hope so. That would be awesome. We need more Legacy archetypes to play with. Mahaf, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Slap, tap, whatever your preference, the follow button if you like Eternal formats in old Magic, everybody. If you're tuning in for the first time, most of the time you'll see us playing Legacy on this channel. But we do cover other formats as well. All right. Oath of Ghouls is on the stack. Let's see if Jordan has anything to say about it. Doesn't look like there are any interaction cards in hand for Oath of Ghouls currently. Looks like it's going to be a pass turn. Fetching here is Jordan. No brainstorms in Premodern, so that's not in the deck.
Okay, got it. Yeah. That was a question. Freak out.
Done? Okay. Draw. That's not an answer. I did not draw an answer. I did play an Adakar Waste and I'll pass turn.
And tap. Upkeep.
Yep. Start the value.
Yeah. Start the value.
Then a value.
All right, so the value is online from Oath of Ghouls, as Jordan and Sylvain are discussing right now. Question is what to return to hand. The options are Twisted Abomination and Rotlung Reanimator. It looks like Reanimator is... Nope, Twisted Abomination looks like it's going to be the pick. And that will go to hand to Swamp Cycle, I assume. Necro Guy says, in retrospect, poor choice to counter the Rotlung Reanimator. Was planning to Wrath and concerned about the tokens. Okay, so I guess Necro is Jordan in the chat. Yeah, that makes sense. Tapping 3 now. There is a Mana Leak available in Jordan's hand, it looks like. Vindicate. Targeting Adakar Wastes.
I will let that happen, but I'm going to cast a Fact of Fiction. Is that result? Yeah. So this is technically still there with Vindicate on the side card.
Okay, so responding to Vindicate with a Fact or Fiction.
That is called Graveyard Raid.
Bottom card of target. Okay, so I can't mess around with the graveyard.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that was what we should do there, but whatever. Adakar Wastes, Plains, Phyrexian Furnace. Phyrexian Furnace getting a reprint, by the way, in the list. I just saw that earlier this morning. Swords to Plowshares and Seal of Removal. Seal of Cleansing. I always call it the wrong name. Seal of Cleansing. What do you want to do with this pile? Seal of Cleansing is off to the side. I think that's the card that Sylvain least wants to see. Swords to Plowshares, pretty annoying as well. Phyrexian Furnace, obviously annoying. Being able to interact with the graveyard may disrupt the Oath of Ghouls game plan. Jordan reading his own card. And we'll see. All right, it looks like the piles have been decided here. Now Jordan is making the decision about which one to take. Fact or Fiction, such a cool card. All right, Seal of Cleansing goes to the graveyard along with the Plains, and the other three are in the hand now. Passing the turn is Sylvain, who has a Twisted Abomination available to Swamp Cycle at any point. Let's see if the Phyrexian Furnace comes down. I think that's where we're going. There it is, Phyrexian Furnace. And Urza's Saga tutor target potentially, but it hasn't really caught on for that. Duress gets exiled. And now end step, we're going to see a Swamp Cycle here. Yep. There's the Swamp Cycle. I know there are no duels, but if you... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, because if you plain cycle Timeless Dragon, you could get a duel. So yeah, I guess you could get a duel with this one too, yeah. I answered my own question. Swamp cycling is the same as plain cycling, which I forgot for a moment. All right. Rutling Reanimator getting returned to hand, it looks like. Twisted Abomination and Vindicate are the cards left in the graveyard for Phyrexian Furnace to worry about. And let's see if Twisted Abomination gets cast here right into a mana leak.
You have 2, 3 mana open? 2. 9? What is that for?
Yep, we all saw that coming. Passing the turn now. Whoa, almost drew off the wrong deck. Was that what just happened? All right, Phyrexian Furnace activated. Vindicate put into exile. Yeah, I don't see boarding out Oath of Ghouls in this matchup. Oath of Ghouls helps you grind. Come on now.
Trigger.
All right, Twisted Abomination back to hand. So, oh no, Rutling Reanimator back to hand, actually. Twisted Abomination staying in the graveyard. Vulnerable to the Furnace. Playing a Swamp, which is hidden in the bottom right of your screen, but that's okay. 7 lands on the table for Sylvain. Tap 3. Jordan checking email. Vindicate on the Furnace. That's a good one. Getting sacked in response to remove the Twisted Abomination. So Oath of Ghouls currently shut off.
Okay. Go ahead.
Swords to Plowshares hits the Rutling Reanimator. Now fetch. So it looks like Jordan with Standstill has stabilized here quite well. Pretty secure position. 2 cards in hand for Sylvain. I don't think we know what either of them are. At least not that I remember. Seal of Cleansing, that's a good one.
Little late. Fairy Conclave.
Fairy Conclave just got played in the bottom left of your screen. Seeping into underneath the overlay.
Alright.
Seal of Cleansing will be able to blow up this Oath of Ghouls and end that for good. Here's another Twisted Abomination with a Tainted Field available to regenerate if needed. Wrath of God, of course, doesn't care about regeneration. Keep in mind. Mishra's Factory gets played on top of the Fairy Conclave. And we're passing the turn.
No, it's good. I'm just being an idiot.
Draw?
Yep.
This is interesting. I will attack you.
Twisted Abomination getting in there.
Cycle Decree of Justice for 4.
Cycling Decree of Justice, making 4 soldiers. There it is.
I'm going to block with the squirrel.
You get that squirrel out of here. All right, one of them blocked, so the squirrel is gone. Thank goodness.
Your pedestal will resolve. Your disenchant will resolve. Wrath of God.
Yep.
There's another Oath of Ghouls.
This is Factory. Attack for 4.
Attacking for 4 now.
Crystal Tower. And a Standstill.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, a standstill now. This is slowly slipping away from Sylvain, I feel. Don't really know what Sylvain has to drop the hammer, so to speak, and really flip this game back around. Staring down a standstill, 2 land creatures, 3 soldiers currently. Just Abomination will just get blocked all day. Oath of Ghouls, nothing in the graveyard. One card in hand, I think, just pointed out by Sylvain about Jordan.
3.
Matt and 3.
Because I'm losing both anyway.
Not completely sure.
God.
Hopefully it's a stay at this.
Sorry.
No. Take your time.
In one. Three cards?
3 cards in hand. 6 land anyway. Very excited.
Got the space in your spots. 2 more members of the team.
We're working on it. We moved to 2-bedroom not too long ago. And yesterday I was putting down the rug and other stuff.
Alright, you're gonna play something.
Okay.
Just, spit on a knot.
Is this first main phase or second?
First lane.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 identical girls.
Vindicate.
It's gonna be cute.
Vindicate on the stack.
Standstill's gonna trigger.
Yeah.
I'll draw 3. Well, that's still on the stack.
Yeah.
And I will counterspell to Vindicate.
Okay.
I think we should do a Premodern.
Vindicate even getting countered here. Not looking good for the Braids deck.
Hi, how's it going? I think you're feeling tight.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Jordan also has plenty of fodder to sacrifice. Jump blocked by a soldier is the Abomination. Tapping 4 now. There's Braids, Cabal Minion. A favorite of many. Abandoned Commander. Swords to Plowshares. Removes it immediately. Goodbye, Braids.
Now, in Mallorca, that's where we are from. It will be hot soon,
Sorry about the background noise.
Cruise.
Yep.
Attacking with Ferric Conclave, Mishra's Factory, and a soldier here.
a few questions. I mean, it's on your deck on screen, the red color.
Twisted Abomination sitting there on the battlefield looking kind of sad, getting chump blocked. Here's Oath of Ghouls. Number 3. Redundant and irrelevant at the same time.
Very conclave? Yeah. 2 in the air?
Attacking with Fairy Conclave.
I think I'm at 16 from the front. And then play a
Coastal Tower comes down. I just honestly don't know if this, at this point, if this game is over or if Sylvain could somehow turn this around. I'm really not sure. Doesn't look great at the moment. Trying to think now what sequence of plays can turn this around for Sylvain, and I'm at a loss. So maybe I do know that. Maybe it's not looking good at all. All right, tapping a whole bunch of mana. Shark Typhoon. No. Standstill. Here's Standstill again. Pushing Jordan even further ahead. Playing a swamp is Sylvain and passing without really doing much at all. Fairy Conclave gets in for another attack. He's Dust Bowl now. Yeah, Wasteland for Conclave and Twisted Abominations to cycle within the deck, trigger the Oaths. Yeah. Makes sense. Maybe Gristlebrand? Tap out, play Gristlebrand? Is that an option? I don't know. Here's Fairy Conclave, attacking for 2. Down to 7. All right, here's a Swamp Cycle. Found a swamp.
Full round. I was going
Sylvain goes to attack. Gets jump blocked by a soldier once again. Looks like we're going to see the Standstill trigger here. Tapping 4.
Yep.
Duress. Standstill trigger. Thank you.
You are the false pyramid
Flooded Strand.
Flooded Strand. Standstill, Impulse, Phyrexian Furnace, Wrath of God. Counterspell.
I can only survive so many Standstill, but this guy is a problem, so...
Alright, Phyrexian Furnace is a big problem. Gets rid of that. Duress goes to the graveyard.
So do you have a...
Yeah. Standstill, 2 impulses, a counterspell, and a Wrath of God in land.
Okay, cards are falling off the table here. Sylvain tapping 6, putting down another Twisted Abomination.
Cast an impulse.
Impulse in response. Allows the Twisted Abomination to resolve. Here's Wrath of God. Can't regenerate. Activating the man lands now. Attacking for 4. Puts Sylvain down to 3.
You're at
Flooded Strand pass turn. And, oh, and then Standstill before pass turn. Okay.
That's 6.
Responds and a crack flooded strand.
Braids Cabal minion on the stack in response. Crack Flooded Strand. Find an island. I think we're going to see Braids have a pathetic last appearance here in this game. Here's the Standstill trigger. It looks like Braids actually resolved. Okay. Twisted Abomination also comes down. Wrath of God. And this should be it. That's game. There's the handshake. So you know everybody had fun. Every coffee I had, and I had a different place like every day, was quite good. And I appreciated that. And for anybody wondering, I've been using Nguyen brand coffee beans here at home. Not sponsored or anything, just making a recommendation. All right, here's Mog Fanatic. And here's Weathered Wayfarer. That's a card you don't see that frequently in other formats anymore. But here it is. And a foil one. Very nice. Mox Diamond. I know that card. Discarding Wasteland and pass. Let's see if Mog Fanatic pops off here. Don't really know if that's the correct play or not, to be honest. Attacking with Mog Fanatic. And, yep, it's going to blow up the Weather Wayfarer. And another Mog Fanatic. So, a pretty nice turn there for Andrew. I think Jeff is actually at 19. We'll see if the life totals get corrected here.
Library?
Very nice looking Sylvan Library. Sylvan Library, a card that makes perfect sense in every way. Finder Sam, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Here's Goblin Warchief, attacking for 3. And it looks like now life totals are corrected on the phone in the top center of your screen. Passing the turn now. Fetch.
Untap, upkeep trigger.
All right. That, but I got an important message. All right, so not paying any life, just drawing one card off Sylvan Library. Here is Dust Bowl. And Werebear comes down. Oh, is that Core Haven, actually? Is that Core Haven or Dust Bowl? I can't tell. Can't tell. Here's a Wasteland. All right, it's blown up, so it doesn't matter. Blown up doesn't matter. All right, so that was Core Haven. That was Core Haven. My bad. At first glance, I just saw Dust Bowl, and then I'm looking at it more closely. I'm like, wait a minute. It's gone now. Thank you, Andrew, for blowing that up, so I don't have to deal with that any longer. Sylvan Library happening here. Jeff taking a look at the top cards of the deck.
Yeah.
Do we have any Goblin fanatics watching right now? Or is everybody here more civilized? I don't know. What creature types do we have in the chat anyway? What creature types are you people?
Go ahead.
Okay, we have some goblins here. I'm a zombie.
I'll go fetch.
I don't know why that was so funny, but it was. Oh, Jizlo says I put Cavern on Merfolk, but only play a single one. We know what that means, everybody. Moderators, keep an eye on Jizlo in the chat. We don't really put up with that kind of stuff. These doomsday people. Am I excited about the new Goblin Lord? I am. Man, lots of coughing happening. Terravore comes down for Jeff. A thrall. Yeah. We have some homerids and thralls in the chat. Here's Armageddon. That'll blow up all the lands. And Terravore enjoys that very much. Let's see if we get a check on how big Terravore is. 13.
So
Go ahead.
I would feel like I'd lose it instead.
Game number 2.
All right, Andrew calls out game number 2. Let's do it. All right, Elves has been called out.
Yeah, sure.
Birds? Come on, people.
Sure.
Here's Goblin Lackey. That's what I like to see. Yeah, elementals are kind of annoying. I'm not going to lie.
Hits.
Humans. I relate to the humans one sometimes. IRL. All right, a cycled secluded step on end step. Double War Chief is on the board. A War Chief comes in off the Lackey, and a post-combat War Chief gets cast. I like that. So lots of power on the board now for Andrew, who will potentially, like, this is like the scenario, everybody. Next turn, drop 2 pile drivers and say what's up. Turn sideways. Let's do it. All right, Mox Diamond, discarding Wasteland, tapping 3, and here is Terravore, which I believe has 3 or 4 power currently. Yeah, make it 3 pile drivers. Why not? Let's do it. Let's go, Andrew. Let's see what Andrew has in store for us. Cheering for Andrew now. Sorry, Jeff. All right, there's a Lackey. That's not that exciting. But we're getting in there. Terravore is probably going to block a War Chief. Nope, blocking a Lackey. Okay. Trigger on the Lackey. Let's see. Come on, give us something good. No, passing the turn. Oh. This is not good. Yeah, we have some booing coming in the chat. Feel free to boo everybody. That was boo worthy for sure. Pacifism. Oh, dear God. This is just not working out, everybody. We might have to end the stream. Tapping Ancient Tomb here. There's Ringleader. Where the heck was Ringleader last turn? Tapping mana wrong. Pile Driver. There's a mana floating, basically. Pile Driver. Sharpshooter. And I missed what the other one was. Yeah, that's a 7th edition pacifism, I think. I used to have that one.
I'll draw, and I'll close your kill. Alright.
Andrew has a mana floating. I'm not sure it really helps us since it's colorless, but drops a Pile Driver, okay. And getting in there. So the Pile Driver becomes 7 power.
7, 8, 9, 11, 12.
Yep. You're tapped out.
Sure.
Yeah, that sucks. I have to block the Pile Driver, it looks like. And I take 5, go to 8.
This triggers.
All right, put something good in that with that lackey. Come on.
Yeah.
Matron's pretty good, I guess. Armageddon next turn could be rough, but Andrew would just win because of the power on board. Or 2, 4, 5. Well, it's not 8 actually. I forgot that wasn't a Pile Driver anymore. But Goblin Tinkerer. Okay.
Artifact.
That'll be good at getting rid of that Mox Diamond.
End of turn. I'll cycle a step.
End of turn, cycle Secluded Step. What does Jeff need here? Actually, I don't know what's in this deck. Like as far as creature board wipes are concerned. Tapping out an Armageddon doesn't really do a whole lot. Does the deck have Wrath? Probably, right? It must. Alright, plays a Terravore. Alright, so Andrew's lands survive another turn. Cataclysm is potential, yeah. It's a card that's illegal.
Sharpshooter? Yep. He untaps when a creature dies? Yep. And he pings anything or just creatures?
Anything.
It's like the illusion of choice.
Combat.
You got it.
There's no way. A lot of these things matter.
Alright, 8. That is 6.
Should be able to see some lines with Sharpshooter here. If... Let me think. Okay, blocking War Chief, ping you, go to 7. War Chief dies on tap. I don't know.
That's a siege game.
Siege Gang Commander comes down. This game is in reach for Andrew now. Yep. All right. So
You're good?
Weather Wayfarer pass.
In response.
No turn 1 play for Andrew. There's Windswept Heath. Attacking for 1 with the Wayfarer now. Tapping Plains. Weather Wayfarer number 2. Pass the turn. Carplusan Forest. Newly added to Standard and Pioneer and Explorer and Historic. I'm excited about it. I'm an Ice Age kid. Pile Driver comes down. I like that card too.
I'll fetch. The effect on the stack.
Yep.
Get 2 lands. One basic.
And Alchemy 2. And Alchemy 2. Sorry, Alchemy people. Forgot about you for a second there.
Okay, 5.
Non-basic.
I'll block 4 of them.
There's the Wasteland. Tilby says gutted Underground River, not a new set. I guess it's going to be in Brothers War. That's what one of my Magic people that knows what's going on told me.
I'll waste.
We're getting a Brothers War set later this year. Is anybody excited about that? Like, I'm super pumped about it. I haven't been this excited about sets in a long time. Dominaria and Brothers War. Let's go. I'm pumped. Here's Wasteland and Pile Driver. Nobody watching right now is pumped. These are people who wanted Magic to stop in 2005. In 2005, all of you decided that's enough. We've had enough Magic cards. Mox Diamond discarding Forest. And Terravore. All right. This game's looking good so far for Jeff. Richardson Pizza says Magic reached peak with the Storm mechanic and then was banned by the moderators in chat. Here's Tormod's Crypt for Andrew. Not the most exciting, I guess. I don't know. It does something. It does something.
Yep.
Here's Mog Fanatic. Attacking with the 2 Pile Drivers, which pump each other. Yeah, can't really block with Terravore here, exactly. All right, we're going to see a double block on a Pile Driver. So we're going to see Tormod's Crypt pop off and potentially a Mog Fanatic here can... Well, let's see. The Mog Fanatic can save the pile driver here, right? I'm not really sure what the hesitation is. It seems like a good play, but maybe something in hand for Andrew is making it look a little bit less enticing.
Remove all 5, targeting it.
All right, the Wayfarer gets blown up. And pass the turn.
I don't do the tide.
Show it to you, sorry. I'm like, what if it was not?
Stifles that I never saw against you.
Sylvan Library. If I'm Andrew, I'm like, yeah, you could have that. I don't give a damn. Pass the turn. Ancient Tomb. Come on, let's see a ringleader here. There's a ringleader. There we go. Now we're in business. Matron, Wooded Foothills, Lackey, Siege Gang. This is looking good for Andrew as far as ringleader digging through the deck. Ringleader, pile driver getting in some attacks. Chump block from Weather Wayfarer, and now it's looking pretty sad for Jeff as the board state currently. Looking for a board wipe off the top. An Armageddon, of course, shuts off any further plays, but creatures on the board put the game out of reach then. So, all right, a Nantuko Monastery played. Then you want that in the graveyard. Cataclysm.
You board out Standstill this matchup?
I took 2 out. And the human.
Do you keep pile driver? What were the goblins found again off the top? There was a lackey. I don't know.
Playing in your favor, you like
I guess keeping pile driver works.
7. Oh, you could have saved some tomb damage? No. Yeah, sorry, I'm like, I don't want to lose my brain. Fascinating. I wish we could have this could have been a nice casual with learning experience is very casual, yeah.
Sylvan Library resolving now. The lackey, as expected, hits the board. Excuse me, Goblin Matron and Siege Gang are the goblins that were found off the ringleader, still floating in hand. Swords on the lackey. I think Andrew's okay with that. Ooh, another ringleader, nice. Finds a lackey and a Mog Fanatic on that one. Swinging for 5 here. And this game is looking close to over. We need like Wrath of God, Plains, and Mox Time in here for Jeff, but I don't even think he will have a land to discard. Oh, what is that? Heroes Reunion? Okay, that was just a goofy play to just scoop it up. All right. Andrew Ahern gets there with Goblins. Well done, Andrew. Oh, everything's a little bit crooked. I apologize for that. One card going on the bottom. Lanny is on the left, 4-1 with Psychatog. And on the right, we have Alex with Burn. Sly, Burn, Mono Red. Everybody gets the idea. All right, a Portent happening here. And a fetch for Alex. Life totals in the top center of your screen. Camera must have got bumped or something. Everything's really crooked. Sorry about that. Yeah, some boomers are going to chime in if I call it sly. Yeah. I was just using words that these people might understand. I don't know. Here's a flooded strand. Cracking a fetch now is Alex. Gets a mountain.
Never mind.
Ring?
Barbarian ring, yeah.
There's 17. Ball lightning?
Ball lightning. Here we go. Oh.
Oh, at least I get a chill. I know all the red cards. I know what they do.
All right, players are laughing and having fun a little bit. That's okay, a little bit here and there. This is a serious tournament, though.
There.
All right, Pioneer All-Star Opt fired off. And Island and Pass. All right, no plays for Alex.
Portent targeting me? Yep.
Here's a Portent.
Sacrifice a beast, you gain 4 life. That one I will
Pass. Incinerate. 13.
Incinerate on end step. Shock on end step. Drawn card off Portent on upkeep.
Factory.
Thunderball binding. 15.
There's Shroud and Fading.
Ball lightning getting in there. Everyone stop what you're doing and say hello to Kip in the chat. Thank you for the resub, Kip. 20 months for Kip. Thank you, thank you. Kip, one of our best people.
Pass.
Yeah, ball lightning did not get in. Joey Pasco, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Here's Grim Lavamancer. I like that one. Opt in response.
Pass. Cards.
Wrath of God.
Float.
Standstill.
Gush. Incinerate.
I like that. Incinerate in response to Gush. Landing down to 8. Alex knows how to mono red, I think.
Opt, one floating. Yep.
Replenish respect. They factory the top six. Going for 2. 3 to 4.
Cards, 2.
So you're 13.
City of Brass.
1 to you, 1 to this.
Fire on Lavamancer. Taking damage. City of Brass, not exactly where you want to be against Burn, but here we are.
Pass.
It's pre-modern mana bases. Wow, Lanny looks like 9 cards in hand. I guess it's 7 though. Looks like so many cards.
Yeah.
Mog Fanatic will resolve.
Cards, 2. Okay, yeah. They've shown some damage.
That's fine.
Pass.
Passing the turn to Lanny.
No, because I already went on. I could have animated this and sacrificed it. I'm still fine.
Here's another Gush. And I think we're going to see another Incinerate in response. It will resolve. Lanny down to 4. Fire Blast. Foil. So Fire Blast is countered. Gush will now resolve. Psychatog, and now down to 3 in the danger zone. Passing the turn. Playing an island. Attacking with Psychatog.
I have 7 cards in hand.
7 cards in hand currently.
14 cards in graveyard. 7 activations here. 10 activations here.
For 2.
Clock. No effects. Hit you for 1. Pass. Draw. Take 1. 11.
Mog Fanatic comes down. Taking 1 is Alex, down to 11. Days.
That seems like it. I think so, yeah.
Wow, what a reaction.
Draw a card for cycling. And a block.
All right, 1 card goes on the bottom for Alex, and we are underway for game 2. Whoa, throwing a wooded foothills all over the place, but fetching and Jackal Pup. That's a good one.
Portent targeting me.
Go to combat.
Shuffling. Passing.
Portent, shuffle, and pass. Yeah, Jackal Pup a really bad Ragavan, that's for sure. Drawing a card on upkeep is Lanny. And Alex gets in there with the pup. And here's Mog Fanatic.
Second main, I'll cast Seal of Cleansing. And I will activate it.
Ooh, chill. Wow.
Combat. Gush. Yep.
All right, Gush, return 2 islands to hand. Sleight of hand.
One floating remaining.
There's Mox Diamond, discarding City of Brass. Pyroclasm. Doesn't chill affect both players? What does chill do?
Pass.
Okay. I have no idea what's happening. I don't know. Here's Curse Scroll. Opt resolving. All right, so both players missed the Pyroclasm was not even supposed to be able to resolve there. That's unfortunate. Here's Psychatog.
Swords to Plowshares.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, I think it's right to put the press in.
So that turn, you had worksheets, you had
Damage resolves.
trade.
And you take 3.
So, Curse Scroll at least got around the chill
Oh, I thought it was.
as far as hitting the table. It's going to take 2 more lands at least to be able to activate it. But there are so many cards in hand. This is not looking good for Alex. Unfortunately, the Pyroclasm put this in an awkward state. Psychatog is on the battlefield now, though, and doing its thing. And I don't really know how Alex digs out of this.
Pass.
I got game 1.
It's probably the fastest game.
I mean, I think the lesson we're all learning or witnessing people learn here or whatever is I mean, take your time, make sure you're, making all the legal plays yourself and all that, but also keep an eye out for your opponent. Alex, didn't catch that the Pyroclasm was cast into chill either. And not that Alex is at all at fault here, but it's just unfortunate that it's unfortunate that it was missed. I mean, I'm trying to put this in a way where I don't make anybody feel bad or anything, but it's you got to know what your own cards do, but you also have to know what your opponent's cards do, is I guess what I'm trying to say. And that's not always easy, and things get missed, but Yeah.
I will start by.
I know. DCI is going to come today.
I'll put it in. I'll put it in the
Ice
notes for
targeting
the judge.
Is it possible to
Trigger on the second. Result? Oh, you're floating, yeah.
Oh, this was spelled.
I don't want to like crash the entire thing.
Casting Gush.
All right, casting a gush here as Lanny pulls even further ahead in this game. Curse Scroll is just not going to be doing really anything interesting anytime soon. Both Dryad and Psychatog are their toughness is well out of range of any of the spells Alex has access to at this point. And it looks like Psychatog's gonna attempt to close this out here.
Can only be activated when
Put us all out of our misery.
For activation.
Do some baby room. Thank you for doing all this work.
Activate. Activate.
So,
It's a 6.
James, how is that little draft form?
That's really cool.
Oh,
Format's really
Activate
cool.
7.
Cool magics we played.
He loves goblins.
The decks are stupid broken, but they're fun.
8.
But they have some like broken cards in them, and they're really interesting.
okay. Well, if I don't see
I need 2 more activations.
well, I guess you get to contest some red games. We're just seeing Lanny try to sequence this Psychatog kill right now.
Plus 3. Yeah, 12 plus 3. I'm presenting lethal damage.
He was on that, the wheel for the Days Undoing deck.
Yeah, I could have done a couple less, yeah.
And I'm pretty wrapped up.
I have a days, yeah. Yeah, I have a days. I have a days and a counter spell. I don't know why I like. I guess.
All right, good games. I don't know. That was the match.